there we go. What's up, my friends? Chrissy Krash here. And if you are a roller derby skater who is feeling tired of feeling overwhelmed, maybe you are stuck in decision fatigue, or you feel like you're doing everything and you're still not making progress, then you are in the right place. And if you are watching the recording of this on Facebook, please drop a recording down in the comments so I know you got to join us live. If you are watching the podcast version, or I guess listening to the podcast version, drop where you play roller derby. We love to know where this podcast is reaching people. So for those of you that don't know me, I have worked with hundreds of skaters all over the world that have really struggled with what they thought was a problem with training, when in reality, the actual issue was time management, mental overwhelm, and not knowing where to start. So today I am joined with Tiffany Fuss, aka Fanny Pfister, aka Pfister, who came into Krash Course thinking she really just needed to come back from injury. So Pfister, walk us through what happened, like what you thought your challenge was, and then what you realized your challenge was.
So I had broken my ankle at the end of 2024 and spent 2025 coaching our travel team and just rehabbing essentially. And I was really worried that I had lost a lot of my derby abilities from not being able to skate for so long. So when I first joined Crash Course, that was my main goal, was to like rebuild that strength, rebuild those derby skills so that I could come back, if not, strong, if not stronger than I was before injury.
Yeah. And then what did you realize was actually happening once we started diving into it?
So I realized that I was horrible at time management, even though I thought I was doing great at it. I really was not.
And I want everyone, oh, sorry, go ahead. Do you have more?
That's okay.
Okay. I want everyone to hear that, because this thing always goes deeper than just training. And when you get stuck in this cycle, it's important to realize that it's affecting a lot of things. And so for you, what was it affecting for you, Pfister? Like, how were you feeling? Was it overwhelm? Was it exhaustion? What did you feel in those moments where you just weren't making it happen?
I mean, I felt like I had so much to do and a lack of time to do it in, and so it was causing me to feel very burnt out, essentially.
Yeah. And I want everybody to get that. Anyone out there who is giving everything to their league and their job and their teammates and still feeling like just totally exhausted. Right. And so when you jumped into the program, like, what shifted for you? Talk to me a little bit about what things you started shifting, and then we'll jump into officially the 5 things that you really did to overhaul your organization. But for you, once you did that overhaul, how did you feel on the other side of it?
So yeah, once I was able to put all of the pieces into place, I feel much more organized. I feel like I have much more energy, and I think that's because I'm making time for the training piece to happen more often. And I just feel like, yeah, I have enough time for my relationship, for my business that I just started, and then also for roller derby, which never was a thing before.
Awesome. So it's like, instead of it being a thing that took more time, it actually ended up giving you a whole bunch of time back.
Yes,
Nice. Nice. So let's walk people through this. For those of you that are listening, if you are in constant overwhelm, if you feel like you're not able to make time for yourself, if you feel like you're all over the place and nothing is actually getting accomplished, I want you to listen to these 5 key things. So Pfister, let's walk through these. So the first one that you said was brain dumping to get everything out of your head. Walk us through what that looked like and how it helped.
So essentially, at the beginning of the week, when I'm planning out everything, I look at my all of my calendars because I have a business calendar and a personal calendar. I write out all of the things that I have to get done for the week, essentially. So that's like my brain dump, whether it's vet appointments, my client schedule, derby schedule, date night, all of that just gets dumped so that I can kind of see what I need to plan for.
Awesome. And then once you have that big dump out on paper, what are you doing with it?
So
Do you
I'm
just leave it
actually,
there, or yeah, go ahead.
oh, sorry. I actually plug it into my calendar so that not only is there like a physical view of it, but it sends me reminders. And then every night before my next day, when I'm getting ready to set myself up um, for success for the next day, I look at that and I'm like, okay, this is what I need to get done for tomorrow.
Awesome. And when you do those brain dumps, do you find that every single thing goes into your calendar somewhere? Or does some of them you're like, wow, that was bouncing around in my head and actually wasn't important? Or does it feel like everything that comes out ends up finding a place?
Usually everything ends up finding a place.
Cool.
Yeah. And something that I forgot to mention is I use that KCIT planner too, that you have, and it gives you like hour by hour by hour of scheduling things. So it's easy to write that out and brain dump that way too.
Awesome. Yeah. And if anyone's listening to this and you want a copy of that, you can just find me on Instagram and just message me full contact focus, and I will send you over the planner. Or you can just message me like, hey, can I get that planner? And I will send it to you. Awesome. So that was helpful for you having that to like just break it down hour by hour throughout your day.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. And then now the second one for you that it seems like maybe builds on top of that was then breaking like your big goals into like those weekly bite-sized focuses. So what does that look like for you?
I really think being able to have that 3-5-1 plan that we have, so three workouts, I can break my training down into those three workouts, those bite-sized pieces,
Mhm.
and figure out where to fit those within my week. Um, I have all my meals planned, so that really helps lay things out. Um, and like with goals, it really helps me to look at like, okay, this is the first step that I need to take to achieve this, and I focus on that first and then build upon that once I've achieved that first step. So that's more of that like bite size, I guess, piece
Awesome.
by piece that works.
So you can see where you want to go and then you're breaking it down into like, well, what do I actually need to get done right now?
Exactly.
Awesome. And for those of you guys that don't know, one of the philosophies we live on in Krash Course is 3-5-1, which Fisher mentioned, which is basically 3 workouts per week that are planned and in your calendar, not just like, oh, I'm going to do them whenever. And then 5 planned out meals per week, or 5 planned out days of meals per week. Because we know weekends are crazy. So, sometimes you don't necessarily, it looks different on the weekends, and that's okay. And then one sort of check in. For us, we do group calls. So that one check in per week to reset. But that can also be your one time a week where you do your setup Sunday and you do your pre planning for the week so that you check in with yourself on like, how did the last week go? And then what am I going to do better the next week? Does that sound about right for you?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
feel,
Go ahead.
oh, sorry. I feel like being able to brain dump and have all of those visuals of the tasks that I need to do also helps me break each task down into a format where it's just like, okay, fit this piece in here. As long as I get it done by the end of the week, I'll fit this in here, fit this in here, and fit this in here. I don't know if that
Yep.
makes
And
sense.
yeah, for sure. Cause you're looking at it then not like a calendar that's static, but actually giving yourself the flexibility of like, okay, these are the things I need to accomplish. I'm going to ideally fit them in this way. But if things shift, like they're like little Legos that you can like shift around to different areas.
Yes, yeah.
Cool. And then what about like structure around like food and training? I know that you said like having a structured meal plan and a schedule. Does that mean that you are like eating out of Tupperwares like a bodybuilder, like a crazy person? Or what does that look like for you? Because I think that's what a lot of people think when they hear structured meal plan, but it really can look like a lot of very flexible things. So what does that look like for you?
That was actually one of the hardest parts for me because I was trying to plug everything into the app that we use just automatically at the beginning of the week. And that felt very overwhelming because it's just like, I don't even know what I want to put on the menu right now. Um, even if I go grocery shopping, I don't even know where to put all these pieces. And then I was kind of trying to do it along the way as I was eating, and that felt even more overwhelming. So, really, for me, it worked to write everything out.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the beginning of my week, I sit down, usually with my partner, and we look at what we have in the refrigerator. We look at our grocery list and we build each meal from there, which makes it easier because then if I end up having to stay late with a guest at my salon, um, my partner can start dinner and knows what the meal plan is, right? But just being able to write it out and know what we had, what we were going to bring into the house, and build the meal plan ahead of time off of that was really helpful. So I am not the most tech savvy person. So the app was really overwhelming and writing it down
Yeah.
works the best.
And that's the key, right? Is that it's not about whether you put it in an app on your phone. It's, did you pre-plan it out? Are you creating intention around what it is you're going to do in the future? And I think a lot of people think that like, oh, I have to stick it in this app. And it's like, well, no, that's just one way to do it. But like sitting down with your partner, creating that time to go, okay, well, what are we going to eat? Let's make a plan. Probably saves you a lot of time and energy of having to think on day-to-day basis. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. It freed up so much more time.
Yeah, we love that. And
Yeah.
now you also said that shifting your language and your mindset was a big piece of it. So talk to us about what did those language shifts look like?
So, uh, one of the biggest things that has helped me through this program is the progress over perfection. I
Mhm.
think a lot of the times when I go into a new project or when I'm trying to implement something new into my life, I want to be perfect no matter what. I'm going to, ace it on the first try. And if I don't, I can be very, very hard on myself.
Yeah.
So the progress over perfection really helps because I am building these habits that I've never really done before. And I can't expect myself to ace it on the first try when it's
Yeah.
something that I don't even really know how to do yet. So being able to shift that mindset and just be like, hey, dude, you're just learning. You're in the process of building this. You're in the process of learning this. Give yourself grace was really helpful. And Coach
Yeah.
Sin, I feel like really helps me with that.
Coach Sin is really good at helping people that are like recovering perfectionists, I feel
Yeah.
like. Now, how about for priorities with you? Did it help you shift your relationship to your priorities when you shifted your language?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just feel like uh, it's helped me realize like what kind of balance I need to have in my life, how, I need to be kinder to myself, which in turn helps me have more grace with other people as well. Um, so yeah, it's helped me with my not only my relationship with others, but my relationship to myself as well.
I love that. Awesome. And then the last piece you had said was really actually creating some kind of like accountability in the process as well, like having accountability to lean into, having a community to lean into. Like, why was that a game changer? Like,
I think integrity is a huge piece of it's something that's very important to me. And I feel like having a community that's able to hold you accountable lends to that integrity and lends to, you know, wanting to show up, I guess, for those that you care about, and wanting to show up for yourself more and be a better version of you more.
mhm.
So I think that's like, I guess, what really helps me with that accountability piece is that I want to be better for my partner. I want to be better for my team. I want to be better at what I do in my business. And having other people um, that help hold me accountable within my community really helps with my structure and how I build upon myself,
Awesome.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think a lot of people, they always feel like, oh, I don't want to tell anyone what I'm doing in case I fail or something.
Hmm.
Whereas it's that accountability that's willing to go, hey, I'm trying to do a thing. Like if you could support me, like that would be so helpful.
Yes. Yeah. And, I think shame is such a huge piece of what stops a lot of people from doing or from moving forward in their goals or from being able to achieve things because of exactly what you just said. They're too scared to be vulnerable, right? To show
Yep.
that they're not perfect.
Yep.
Um, they're scared to show that progression, but everybody can relate to that progression when you show it, and it just makes everybody better. So,
100%. 100%. If we all realize that we're all terrified of failure, it makes it a little less
mhm.
scary. Now, okay, let's talk about results because this isn't just about feeling organized. Let's talk about what happened on your first bout back.
Yeah, I got an MVP Blocker Award, which was great. It wasn't even on my radar. I kept telling everybody like I'm not even back 100% yet. I'm not doing all the things that I used to be able to do yet. But apparently I did great.
It's so awesome. And I think that's what happens when you stop like guessing, right? And you start like, okay, let me operate like an athlete. Like, let me create not just structure around my training, but structure around everything so that you could then come not only to practice stronger, but actually with like just more energy and confidence in general.
Exactly. I think the confidence piece is huge, especially when you come back from injury and your brain is telling you, no, don't do that same thing again. You're going to hurt yourself. being able to have that solid foundation of training really
Mm.
helps with the confidence piece when you go back out there and you're making your body do all those things.
Yep, because you've just done so many hard things with your body leading up to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think surprised you most about how this impacted your life outside of Derby? Because I know you came in like training for Derby.
Yeah. I think just how like the whole organizational piece really impacted my day-to-day life. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to just be like, yeah, I'm going to be stronger on the track. I'm, going to be more fit. I'm going to have a better cross-training schedule and organizational piece to that whole thing. Um, but it's really helped me, like I said, in my schedule throughout my life, in creating a better dietary schedule for myself, all of
Mhm.
that good stuff. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, we're very proud of you. It's been very
Thanks.
fun to watch you along the first part of this journey, but we're just getting started. I can't wait for this next year together. It's going to be so awesome.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I love it. So, for those of you guys that are listening, this is exactly what Krash Course is about. It is not just about getting sweaty for roller derby. And so, inside of Krash Course, there's three key things that we really focus on. Number one is strategy, right? You don't need random workouts, you need a derby specific plan. But also, you need a plan for how to plan your food. You need a plan for how to plan your calendar. You need all of those things, right? It's just not just how do I have workouts in my calendar, right? The second piece is mindset. So you really have to shift your identity so that progress becomes a part of who you are and not just this thing that you're trying to do. And then third is the accountability piece, because the reality is that motivation fades. And so accountability is the thing that can keep us leveling up in the process. So for those of you guys that if you're listening to this and you're like, man, like Fister is such a badass. Like, I really wish that I could do something like that. We are offering free 15-minute strategy sessions where we help you set your 6-month goals. We'll identify the biggest roadblocks that are holding you back. We will build a simple roadmap. And then if it feels like a good fit, we'll help you execute. So if you're serious about leveling up, click the link in the notes. You can fill out the pre-application, watch the video, book your free call. But we only take a limited number of skaters every month. So if it's something you're interested in, definitely dive in and get that call. Or you can keep trying it to piece it together on your own. That's totally okay. Or you can make a decision that might change your life over the course of the next 4 months in ways that you never even expected. So Fister, thank you so much for sharing with us and taking the time to be here. I love hearing when people have breakthroughs like this that just impact their lives so far outside of just what they're doing on the track. I'm so excited for you for this year and your new business and your derby career this year. It just sounds like you have so many great things going on. I can't wait to catch up again in a year and do this again.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been great.
Yeah. For sure. And for those of you guys listening, if you know someone that can relate to this, please be willing to please share this link with them so they can listen to this episode. Because life is a podcast sport. Life is a contact sport. We're just here to train you how to win. All right, my friends, we'll see you later.